Hello, everyone. This is Ariel Clay, the San Joaquin County 4-H Program Representative, and I'm bringing you another ORB help video. Today we're going to be talking about how to add a project meeting to your online record book. So to add a project, that's an activity, and that's something you do in 4-H. So you use the activity button with its cute little piggy, and then you choose project meeting. Hopefully that's intuitive. And then you choose which project it's for. Now, sometimes people log onto their ORB and they see, oh, wait, my swine project isn't in my project list. I'm actually involved in 4 projects and swine is missing on here. What's happened in those cases is the information in your online record book is actually pulled directly from your 4-H online enrollment information. So in this case, if something is missing, it means that in your 4-H online profile, you're not enrolled in that project right now. It's a very easy fix. All you do is you go to your 4-H Online account, go to your profile and go to the project enrollment section and just add yourself to swine or whatever project it was. And save your information there, and then this should update within about 10 or 15 minutes usually. It can take a little time for the information to migrate from 4-H Online over to ORB. And then the same thing if you're like, oh, wait, no, I'm not actually in baking and bread making. I went to one meeting and decided I didn't want to do it anymore. If you don't want it to show up in your online record book anymore, then you would just go to 4-H Online, go to your project enrollment information, and then delete that project. So you can update these at any time during the program year. Let's pretend that we're doing baking and bread making. We're recording a project meeting for that. So let's say it was the June project meeting. And we'll say that it was on June 2nd. And that would be at the project level, so 4-H Club Unit Project on that drop down. Current program year, event location, let's say Mrs. Green's. Typing. Mrs. Green's house. Now you can put whatever you want for the location. It's your record book. It's you keeping track of your stuff. So if you prefer to put in addresses or like the county 4-H office could be another event location, that kind of thing. As long as it makes sense to you, it's acceptable. Generally, you don't have to change the county. And then hours. Let's say that this was a 2-hour project meeting and you learned how to make bagels. Now, the reason that this is required is all of your project meetings will automatically be included as a learning experience in your annual project report form. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But remember, this is required, and I recommend making it as long as you think is appropriate. So if you learned a lot, or you did a lot of things, this is going to be longer. If it was just a quick thing, then you can just have a line or two. But I would err on the side of having details. What's the point of keeping records if it's not detailed? Okay. And you add the event. And it should show up in your feed in a second. There it is, June project meeting. All right, so where this actually shows up, so this was a baking and bread making meeting. So you would go to project and click on that. And then this is kind of this shows you a breakdown of different parts of the APR form. So you can check and make sure that this was your project meeting was recorded correctly by clicking on the second circle, which says project meetings. And then there it is. So we recorded June project meeting. And it has the basic information. So this is just basically to help you make sure that you're recording everything. So right now, I have that the project had 7 meetings. Let's say that you actually had 10 meetings. So you would click on there and it would save that as 10 meetings. So that's the number of meetings actually held. Now, as you can see, I only attended 7. I've only entered 7 meetings. So in that case, it's automatically calculated the percent attended to 70%. So if I added an 8th meeting, 9th meeting, then it would automatically update as you go. Let's say there were only 9 meetings. Maybe they planned 10 at the beginning of the year and then one had to be canceled and you actually only had 9 meetings. You can go back and change that and you can see that it bumped up your percentage to 77%. Now, I mentioned when you were making the original entry that it included a learning experience. You can see all of your learning experiences right here. So you click on that. And as you can see, most of these are project meetings that I already put in. But there's another learning experience that I put in, a community service project, or no, a leadership project. I guess it would be considered a leadership thing. You sold cupcakes at a community club meeting, and you were basically a committee member. So that's a different learning experience that doesn't have anything to do with the project meeting, but would still go on your annual project report form because it's related to baking and bread making. But going back to what we just entered, you can see it's right here. It gets added in chronological order. So let's say we had recorded a April meeting. It would show up here in between February and May. So it'll automatically put it in the correct place chronologically. Now, if you want to know what your APR form is going to look like now that you've added all of this stuff, you can always review what the APR form will look like in the end. So basically these other circles are chunks of this final page right here. So you can see right here it has that project meeting attended thing that we did under the project meeting section. So it has the number of meetings that were held and the number that you attended and the percent. And then all the learning experiences right here. And then the other parts of the APR that we aren't going to go into right now. And then all the way down to submitting the report. So that is how you enter a project meeting and where it will show up in the end. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you at the next video.